Hello and welcome to the Candidates Forum. I'm Jared Fry, General Manager of Medina TV.
And I'm Jacqueline Rixmeyer with the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce. We are excited once again to partner with Medina TV to bring you the 2023 Candidates Forum. All candidates and contested races were invited to participate this year.
Yes, and the views of those candidates are not necessarily those of the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce or Medina TV.
Thank you for tuning in to watch our 2023 Candidates Forum. We appreciate your willingness to be informed about the upcoming election.
Joining us now in studio is Bridget Painter, a candidate for the Medina Township Fiscal Officer position. Bridget, thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you. For the folks at home that may not know you, just take a few minutes and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, sure. So my husband Bob and I have lived in Medina Township for 16 years. We have a son, Bobby. He is a Cincinnati firefighter. He's following in his father's footsteps. A little bit about myself, my education. I graduated from Baldwin Wallace College with a degree in accounting. I went on and I became a CPA. Worked for in public accounting for almost 35 years and finished my career with the Department of Defense. So I'm very well versed in fund accounting and governmental accounting. So I think the position as fiscal officer would be a perfect fit for me.
You kind of just answered a little bit there, but what made you decide to run for the office?
Well, as I said, we've enjoyed living in the township for 16 years, and I believe in giving back to my community. And I would say I'm semi-retired at this point, so I have the availability to pursue something like this. And I love my community. I'd like to serve my community, and I think I have the qualifications for it.
Great. Now, a lot of people may not know exactly what the role of the fiscal officer is for the township. Maybe kind of tell everyone a little bit about what the position is.
Okay, sure. So the fiscal officer really provides oversight for the taxpayers' dollars. Now, although they work a little bit independently of the trustees, they do need to work together. So the fiscal officer needs to follow good accounting practices, needs to be a great record keeper, not just of the transactional type things, but the meeting minutes for the trustees. Have the ability to be able to, pay the bills on time, take care of payroll, related liabilities. So somebody that has a background in that would be very helpful. And also work really closely with the trustees to ensure that the annual budget is prepared correctly and timely.
And you brought up a good point, working closely with the trustees and then also I'm sure the staff that works in the township. How important is that working relationship?
Oh, that's utmost. So I feel that, and one of my focus would really be working collectively with them and getting those relationships developed. The trustees, the department heads, the staff. I really don't think anything can work efficiently and smoothly unless you're working together as a team. And I believe we're all professionals and we have the ability to do that.
Mm-hmm. What do you think are some of the biggest obstacles that I guess the fiscal officer faces in that role?
As far as obstacles, I think that maybe they would have to be a little bit more astute or aware of policies and procedures and make sure that if they're not in place, that they are in place for efficiencies. Probably getting everybody on the same page and not in an agreement type thing, but understanding the process and how to function smoothly so that the meetings can go quickly and everything can be done completely and accurately. And then that kind of frees everybody up to do their jobs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're speaking with Bridget Painter, the candidate for Medina Township Fiscal Officer. So Bridget, if elected, what would be some of the things you would like to accomplish when you stepped into your office?
Well, as I mentioned before, probably work on developing some policies and procedures, but really getting to work together as a cohesive group. And that way we can do our best for the township. I would love to see some community involvement. I know that during COVID, and I know we can't use that as an excuse anymore, we're kind of out of that. But I think a sense of community, having people get together, whether it's the local businesses and the residents. I think that Medina Township is a very unique township. We have a great business base. We have rural areas. We have big, wide open spaces. We have new development with young families, and we even have our historical Weymouth areas. Mm-hmm. And I think if we could capitalize on that and just have our own identity, because it's a wonderful community.
Mm-hmm. And then if elected, stepping into the office, what do you think is the biggest issue that you would have to face day one when you stepped in?
Well, as with any job, is just learning the day-to-day. Mm-hmm. I think that there's a group of very good people that are working right now. So I think that you would have a great support staff. So it would take a little bit of time to get accustomed to that, but I think it would go rather smoothly. And then there are other townships that would be willing to support me mm-hmm. and come alongside me if I needed assistance.
Again, speaking with Bridget Painter, a candidate for the Medina Township Fiscal Officer. Being a fiscal officer, you're looking closely at the books and trying to look out for the best interest of the township. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that's would lead to, I don't want to say controversial, but lead to some disagreements in terms of what a trustee may want, what residents may want, and how that affects the bottom line when you're looking at the financial papers. Mm-hmm. How do you balance that line of looking out for the best financial interest for the township, but also trying to reach that middle ground?
Well, that's a good question, and I think any business, I think you have to be proactive and you have to be a little bit forward thinking. So, being open to hearing different alternatives. For example, maybe the cheapest way is not necessarily the best way. I think you have to work collectively. And the bottom line, I think the trustees are going to make a decision. And the best that I can do for them is to give them as much information possible to help them make the best decision.
Yeah, makes sense. Again, Bridget Painter, the candidate for Medina Township Fiscal Officer. And Bridget, I want to thank you. You've been great answering all of my questions. I want to give you a moment, though, if there's anything I haven't touched on or anything you would like to tell the voters directly, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. I would just like to say that it would be an absolute honor to serve Medina Township as their fiscal officer. And I'm asking you now for your vote. Thank you.
Perfect. Again, Bridget Painter, candidate for the Medina Township Fiscal Officer this November. I want to thank you for taking time with us today and wish you the best of luck this November.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.